Hello, everybody. I don't want to get into a squabble with anyone really over like a big time squabble about tea on the internet. So I'm just watching this tea tier list now, where this YouTuber called the Spiffing Brit. He is ranking all the brands he can find of tea, and I'm just thinking like, and this is a 2 hour 25 video, and I can't believe I'm watching this shit. I really can't. But I mean, it's it's faintly, it's a bit controversial already. For instance, okay, I just like make the major point I want to make straight off the bat, which is there is only one way to drink tea in Britain, and that's to not drink English breakfast tea. Alright? Because it's not as good as Assam. It just isn't. What Assam tastes like, just ordinary Twinings Assam, um, it tastes like a party in your mouth of every single thing you want English breakfast tea to be. It's a subtler flavour. It's just, it's nice. It's a lovely cup of tea. It's my favourite cup of tea so far. I'm also a Lapsang Souchong fan. Probably also Twinings is what I get if I were to be in the market for some lovely aromatic smoky tea, which you can have with milk and sugar, of course, you know. And another controversial point I want to get out of the way is that I've got a big problem with like tea drinking culture in Britain. Like, you know what we're all about, and we are totally wrong for doing this. We are all about mugs. We are mugs. We've got so many fucking mugs around, we've turned into mugs for having mugs. That is not what you want for drinking tea. No, no, no. You want a glass. Do you know why? You don't have to do all this shit. Well, you don't, because it cools it down quicker. Because, you know, the heat escapes more quickly through glass. And this is my glass of water, obviously, not tea, but like tea. And like, another thing he's going on about like how in American culture they're all about like iced tea more, and I'm like, allow it, like, you know, like leave it alone. A lot of American states are really hot, like the deep south and the or like California and Texas and all that. So like, we're not gonna have a hot cup of tea, not very often. Like hot, milky, sugary English tea? No, I don't think so. Another thing, what Americans really do right is they do coffee spot on. They're great at coffee. I mean, they've got huge crap coffee chains, obviously, but like real American coffee is served with cream, as I understand it, like an Americano, and that is the perfect coffee, in my opinion. And yeah, they're more about iced tea, but honestly, so what? I like iced tea. Why criticising iced tea? It's not going to be much worse for you than ordinary tea, I don't think. And because I lived in the Netherlands for a year, and they're more of an iced tea people than we are. You don't really find... We find herbal teas in Dutch supermarkets, tea bags, but you don't really find English breakfast tea. It's quite hard to get. And when I was in the Netherlands, I had the worst cups of tea all the time. Euro shopper. That is an execrable, revolting, unbelievably bland, horrible cup of tea. It really is. Euro shopper is the worst. I hope it comes up on the list. I hope he's managed to sniff out what they're doing to tea on the continent. But I mean, tea. Yeah. So I was drinking like a big saucer mug of 2 bags. I was having to double bag. I couldn't do it with a single bag. It's not really possible. And on a level like, just like, it's all right. No, it isn't. But I mean, what else is he doing wrong? I think he's being a bit unfair on PG tips, and he brought up the fact that he couldn't make PG tips or something. Like, it takes too long to strain it and whatnot. Like, no, it doesn't. You know how to You've got to get your spoon work on and squeeze the bag, of course, to extract the full flavour. It's like, oh, my handle slips because I put too much milk in. Well, that's completely your own fault. Like, if you're British, you've made goodness knows how many fucking cups of tea in your life. You know, like, and you haven't got like a steady milk arm, you know, for the pouring. Well, I mean, what's nice is like have Assam then with lots of milk, because that's how it tastes good. You need like a good quarter, 3/4 recipe with milk in it. It's very tasty indeed. It's incredible tea. Pucker, I've never had Pucker. I don't have an opinion on it. Lipton, I can't remember having Lipton. If I probably did have Lipton, I certainly wouldn't remember it. I don't have Asda own brand or Aldi own brand. So I'm left with like his fascination with Yorkshire Tea. And like Yorkshire Tea is a very popular tea brand in the UK, and is it a nice cup of tea? It's like, it's okay. I've said. Like, and he went on a sort of like rambling thing at the beginning of the video. He's like, I'm gonna do a video about the world's tea. You know, like what every brand of tea in the world. I don't think you're gonna get them all, mate. Honestly, not in 2 hours. I mean, you could do it over 5 hours if you like, but that would be insanity. Ah. Yeah, like, tea is a very special part of our lives, but I mean, there are 2 good brands of, sort of like black teas that you can get, and those are Assam and Lapsang, Souchong, I'm aware of. There's another one, it's called like, I don't know, something beginning with D, Darjeeling. I've never had it, I don't know what it's like. It might be stupendously lovely, I don't know. And yeah, like the real way of making British tea is not to use a tea bag, it is to use loose leaf and a teapot and everything else. I wouldn't mind having a teapot actually. I might do that this very same night on Amazon. I'm going to go up to the shop and get myself a teapot. 6:30 in the afternoon. But how British would the attempt be though? You know, does it, like, I must source a teapot from somewhere. But I mean, I'm not going to have a tea set though. I'm not going to do all that with like little cups and saucers. I'm not an idiot. But I mean, no, I'll still glasses. Obviously, I know the solution. But after the pouring from the teapot, yeah, because it does cool down in the teapot as you get a tea cozy. I mean, it's sort of redundant because the pot controls the temperature. I reckon glasses for bags, absolutely. What you need is like not a little glass, though, not a thin glass. What you need is like one of these like this sort of thickness, reinforced, like less breakable drinking glasses, and leave it on the counter after you've poured it for like 30 seconds, and you're like, oh, it's possible to pick it up with my hands, and it's just warm. All right. And then, I'm drinking like pretty nice temperature tea. And that was a Greek trick I picked up on my travels, because they did it with coffee. So like, surely it can be applied to tea. I mean, you get a lot of sort of clear mugs as well, often. I mean, it actually seems to do the job quite as well. I think it must be the material they're made out of. Probably for health and safety reasons, but like, a cup of tea will not shatter one of these. It just wouldn't. But there we go. It's probably like the paranoia of the people manufacturing the sort of glass tea mugs you get. They are better though. You do get rid of temperature more effectively. I hate tea. Like, but I hate English breakfast tea. Like, it's just such like a vestige of our colonial heritage, and yeah, it's good that we drink like what all English breakfast tea, or what most of it is. Let's face it, is poor quality tea, and you've got like Darjeeling and Assam and Lapsang Souchong, and like those are for discerning tea drinkers, really, because they don't taste a million miles away from English breakfast tea. You know, like rooibos, which is like red tea. It's different. I don't like that actually. I think all sorts of herbal teas, which I've never been a fan of. Actually, I mean, I have a little, I don't know, like green tea. I'm not that much of a hippie, honestly. But there's no caffeine in them, is there? That's the problem with it. It's not satisfying the monkey. Mind monkey, demanding caffeine. But yeah, I mean, do I agree with him? No, I'm not 100% with him. I don't reckon. I hope he gets for a lot more teas though. Should I do like a little scroll along the bottom to see what, so I can discern in the thumbnail what else is going to show up? I was building. Ha! Bovril's on there. That's not tea. That's beef extract. Like, you don't drink. Well, it's not a tea as such. It's not a tea plant. It's like something else, like Ovaltine or coffee or hot chocolate. It's not even tea. It's a different drink. That's silly. But Alright, yeah, tea ran over. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. Love you lots.